as those who follow MMA know, Conor McGregor has actually said that he's had 2 fights left on his contract, and in his UFC contract, and he's thinking he wants to go out on a bit of a bang. So he said one fight that he actually considered that he wants to actually have was a fight between him and Kamaru Usman. Now, Kamaru Usman, for all intents and purposes, is probably at the top of his game right now. I think he's one of the most formidable fighters in the sport, and I think he's a fighter that could easily, at this point in time, put Conor McGregor's lights out. The fact that he wants to fight for the title, though, our welterweight title, tells me that he knows that his days in the lightweight division is numbered. So he probably thinks if he goes up to welterweight, it might be better for him. Now, the fact is, I think his intention is to go up to welterweight. The reason why I think that is because if you've been looking at his rehabilitation, he's been talking a lot about moving up to welterweight and fighting. Like he's been in the weights room a lot and putting on a lot of muscle mass. So the fact that he's putting on so much muscle mass tells me that he's actually thinking of actually going up to welterweight. Do I think he could beat Kamaru Usman? Hell no. I just think Kamaru Usman's on a whole nother level right now. But in terms of them fighting each other, I just think it's a great payday for Kamaru Usman. I mean, Kamaru Usman can easily make a couple million fighting McGregor, especially as the champion. But I just think from the perspective of McGregor actually winning, I just don't see it happening. Because McGregor just seems like he's too long in the tooth and he's way past it. Dustin Poirier is no joke, but going in there against Usman, who's a complete animal and he's got one of the best resumes in MMA and is a world champion as well, is a big ask, and I just don't think it's going to happen. One fight that I think will be good for McGregor to take is a fight against Nate Diaz, and for those who don't know, Nate Diaz is at welterweight right now. So I think the best thing for him is to actually go to welterweight, but to finish the Nate Diaz trilogy off. To be fair, he did say there's 2 fights left in his contract, so maybe he's thinking one of the fights is a Nate Diaz fight, and he might try to challenge for the title before he calls it a day. Maybe after the contract is expired, he's going to continue fighting. I'm not sure, but I just think a fight between him and Kamaru Usman is a disaster waiting to happen for McGregor. But you tell me what you think. What do you think will happen? Do you think McGregor will take the fight against Nate Diaz or Kamaru Usman? What do you think will happen? He's got 2 fights left on his contract, and he's thinking, you know what, I might as well cash out. He's made plenty of money outside of MMA, but he's probably thinking, you know what, these 2 fights, might as well put some memorable fights in. But maybe he's thinking, you know what, I'm going to fight Nate Diaz and I'm also going to fight Masvidal, because both Nate Diaz and Masvidal are at welterweight. And on top of that, the fact is, if you can't get the Usman fight, he's probably thinking Nate Diaz and Masvidal. And I think if he closes his career off with 2 fights against Nate Diaz and Masvidal, they're both big money fights, because all 3 of them, Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz and Masvidal, are the biggest names in MMA. So them fighting each other would amass a lot of money. So yeah, in my opinion, I think that's the best option for him. Get a fight against Nate Diaz, get a fight against Masvidal, but stay away from Kamaru Usman, because he is a Nigerian nightmare, and I think he will put McGregor's lights out at this point, because he just looks plain scary. But obviously Kamaru Usman needs to get past Colby Covington, who he's fighting next. So yeah, that's my opinion. What's your opinion? Like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace out.